Hello everyone, it's Ryan Liberty. In this video, I'm going to discuss what is gaslighting. Okay, so here we are. We're ready to discuss what is gaslighting, but before I get to what it is and what it feels like, I just need to make a little disclaimer here, which is that gaslighting is in a form of emotional abuse. So if you are triggered in any way by discussion of abuse, then please turn the video off. I don't want to upset anybody, so just a little fair trigger warning there. As I said, it's a form of emotional abuse. So specifically with emotional abuse, we may find that you do this, I do this, people we love do this kind of thing. The way that we know with emotional abuse in specific, if it's abuse, is when it's a pattern consistently over time. So if it's something that happens like one-off or like kind of rarely, then we wouldn't call it abuse. But if it's a consistent pattern over and over again, then yes, it is emotional abuse. And if you find that you are experiencing emotional abuse or abuse of any kind, then I urge you greatly to please seek support in any way that feels comfortable for you, whether that be a trusted friend, online support group. There's anonymous ones you can find, calling up a hotline, going to a shelter, anything that could help you to get out of that abusive situation, then I highly recommend that you do that. With that said, I have notes here about what gaslighting is that I'd like to read from to make sure I'm giving you the right information. So gaslighting is a form of invalidation, which means that when it comes to your feelings, gaslighting kind of ignores them, pushes them to the side, acts like that the person who's gaslighting you acts like your feelings don't matter, they're not significant. So what gaslighting is, it is a consistent, distorted retelling of events with conviction. So a short way to say that is it's lies. So if somebody says, "Oh, I saw you reading the book yesterday," they'll say, "No, I didn't. I wasn't reading the book." Or, "Oh, it wasn't that book that I was reading a different book." So it's this distortion of reality, this changing of what actually happened. And it's the person who's gaslighting has absolute certainty that that's not what happened. Or they may act a little confused, but typically, somebody that's gaslighting you is going to act like they definitely know that you're wrong, that's not what happened, you saw something incorrectly, or you heard something incorrectly. It is not normal forgetting. It's not dissociative amnesia. It's not something that's experienced with dissociative identity disorder. And it's not something that happened as a result of taking a substance or alcohol or a medical problem. Now, the thing to be cautious about here is that somebody who is gaslighting may blame it on any of those things. They may say, "Well, no, that's not what's going on here. It's because I was drinking, so that's why I said that." So you have to be very cautious when making the distinction that somebody may blame it on those things to try to make it look like it's not gaslighting, but you just need to use your best judgment and be clear about exactly what's going on, whether it's really truly attributed to any of those things that I mentioned, or if it's the person saying that in order to continue to gaslight you and get you to doubt your own reality. So what gaslighting is it's a manipulation tactic, it's an abuse tactic, and it can be intentionally done to make somebody distrust their own judgment or reality, or it could be unintentionally done as a defense mechanism to protect the person who's doing the gaslighting. So intentionally, they're just trying to manipulate you to get what they want. If it's unintentional, they may still be trying to manipulate you to get what they want, but it may not have that nasty kind of intention of trying to harm you. It's still harmful. So let's make that distinction clear. It is harmful and it is an abusive behavior, regardless of the intention of the person doing it. But it is good to know that sometimes it's not intended that way. So the person who is experiencing gaslighting, it's a very hard thing to go through. It's very traumatizing if it's something that's repeated over and over again. And that's because when you're being gaslighted, when somebody's questioning your reality, you start to question your own judgment about things. As you start to question your own judgment, then you start to question your reality and what's really going on. And then as you question your reality, you start to question your own sanity. So it slowly whittles away at a person's ability to discern what's going on in the world. And psychologically, it puts them in a bad place. And this is why abusers and manipulators typically use gaslighting, is to whittle you down so that they have more control over you. Some examples of gaslighting are things like, I never did that, I never said that, or rearranging objects and things so that they're not in the place where you found them originally, and if you ask them about it, they may say, I didn't move that, I didn't touch that, I don't know what you're talking about. That kind of a thing, that questioning of your own reality and denying facts, denying things that are definitely true, that would be gaslighting. So how does it feel for the person who's on the receiving end of gaslighting? This is some things that you may experience to kind of give you the hint that this is what's going on. In your body, you're probably going to feel any anxiety symptoms. I have a video on anxiety if you want to check that out. And since it is an abusive behavior, and it is something that's being prolonged over time, you may start to develop trauma symptoms or even PTSD symptoms. So you may want to also look into that. So basically for anxiety, you're feeling like on edge, you're feeling heart palpitations, racing heart, shortness of breath, tingling. For trauma, you may feel like a little disconnected from your body, you may feel numb, all kinds of different things. Again, there's a wide range of ways this can be experienced. That's just a little taste of it. As far as what's going on in your head, you're likely going to be very confused because your reality is being called into question. And sometimes this is by somebody that we trust very deeply, like a significant other, and we believe that they are telling us the truth because they're our significant other. So when they question our judgment, it's very confusing. We don't really understand what's going on. And that's something that you may say to yourself is, what's going on? Or the thoughts that you may have. Am I seeing things right? Is something wrong with me? Those kinds of thoughts go through your head. Now, emotionally, it's incredibly distressing. You may start to fear things because you don't know, you lose the sense of reality, and reality starts to become kind of scary because you don't know who you can trust. And because of that, you start to feel things like paranoia. You may start to get depressed because you feel like you can never get any grips on anything. You can never really understand what's going on in your life. It really kind of wears away at you to that point. And you may start to numb out and dissociate and not have any touch with your emotions because that's the way that you survive this traumatic experience. Now, behaviorally, you may find that you're asking a lot of questions, both of the person who's gaslighting you and significant others, like friends and family, just asking people online, what's going on? Am I seeing this right? Am I okay? I don't understand. Those kinds of questions. You may start to obsess about what's going on, and you may find that you compulsively need to check. Like, let's say somebody continues to tell you, no, I didn't put that over there. You're imagining things. You may start to check every day that spot to see if that thing is still there that they keep denying. Or you may feel this obsessive need to check their social media account to see if they're lying, those kinds of behaviors. And you're constantly hypervigilant and looking for ways to find evidence of reality and to confirm that your reality really does exist and that you're not losing your mind. So all of that is what encompasses gaslighting and how it's experienced by the person who's at the receiving end of gaslighting. Again, it is an emotionally abusive behavior, and you know it's an emotionally abusive behavior because it's a pattern over time. We all do these little things here and there. So if it's something that's just one time, don't freak out too much about it. Maybe make note of it, but don't worry too much about it. But if it's a pattern, that is something to definitely indicate to you that you should be getting support, getting help, and getting out of the situation with the person who is gaslighting you. So that's my quick overview of what gaslighting is. I hope that it's helped you. If you have any other thoughts on this or any input, maybe you've experienced it yourself, please leave that below to help anybody else who's going through this. And I thank you for taking the time to get to learn about it today. Hey, it's Ryan Liberty. If you liked that video, please give it a thumbs up, share with a friend, and leave any questions or comments down below because that would really help me out. If you're somebody who's gone through a traumatic event and you're feeling cut off from the people around you, I have a free course that will help with that, so please click to get it. And if you'd like to see the rest of my videos, please click subscribe. As always, I want to remind you that your life matters. Nobody can question your worth. However it is that you're feeling, whatever it is that you're going through, it's okay, and you are loved. Thanks again for watching.